And it is about time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Friday, May the 1st, 2015, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Daryl Mason, 69, died Wednesday at his home in the Lasbuddy community. The funeral services for Daryl Mason are being held Friday afternoon at 2 in Ellis Funeral Home Chapel with Curtis Shelburne, minister of the 16th and Avenue D Church of Christ, officiating. Burial will be in the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellis Funeral Home of Muleshoe. You can send your sympathy messages to ellisfuneralhomes.com. Daryl Mason was born April the 21st, 1946 in Clovis to Clarence and Virgie Tarter Mason. He married Billy Weeks at Lasbuddy on August the 23rd, 1964. He had lived all of his life in the Lasbuddy community. He was a farmer there and a member of the First Baptist Church of Lasbuddy. His first love was stock shows and helping young people with their animals. Daryl enjoyed taking care of his sheep. He treasured time with his grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Daryl Mason was preceded in death by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Clarence Mason of Lasbuddy. Survivors are his wife, Billy, and his 3 sons, Sean and his wife, Julie, Shane and his wife, LaShaye, and Sheldon and his wife, Debbie, all of the Lasbuddy community. 8 grandchildren, Ryan, Suzanne, Logan, Austin, Ashton, Rylan, and Branson Mason, and Jordan Stansel. His 3 great-grandchildren are Shayla White, Brayley Joe, and Riker Mason. The Mason family asked that memorials be sent to the Palmer County Stock Show Fund, Post Office Box 97, Freona, 79035. The Lasbuddy EMS, Post Office Box 155, Lasbuddy, and that zip is 79053, or Samaritan Hospice at 426 North Main in Hereford, 79045. And please remember all of the family of Daryl Mason in your prayers. He was 69 when he died on Wednesday, and the funeral service was held Friday afternoon at 2 in Ellis Funeral Home Chapel, and burial in Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellis Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Augustine Martinez died Thursday morning of cancer, and the funeral services for Augustine Martinez of Muleshoe will be Monday morning at 11 in the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, where he was a member. Following, a meal will be served for this very large family in Fellowship Hall of the First Baptist Church. His family members include Cassandra, Lisa Marie, Carlos Jr. Martinez, and Veronica Rivas. He was a veteran. Please remember all of the family of Augustine Martinez. Lisa Marie is a junior at Muleshoe High School, and Carlos is a graduating senior at MHS. The family lives at 513 East Austin, and I'm sure they would appreciate food brought there over this weekend. Repeating, Augustine Martinez of Muleshoe died Thursday morning of cancer, and the funeral services will be Monday morning at 11 in the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, where he was a member, and that will be followed by a meal for this very large family. A.E. Redwine, 96, of Muleshoe, died Wednesday morning early at the Running Water Draw Care Center in Olton, where he was a resident. The funeral services for Alma Eugene Redwine will be Tuesday morning at 11 in the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, where he was a longtime member. His pastor, Dr. Stacy Connor, will officiate, and interment will be in the Muleshoe Memorial Park Cemetery following the funeral services on Tuesday morning. At 12:30, a meal for 50 family members is being planned in the Fellowship Hall of the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe. A.E. Redwine was born in Leslie, Texas on February the 5th, 1919, one of 13 children of J.J. and Minnie Armstrong Redwine, who later moved to Muleshoe. He is survived by a son, Bobby, and a daughter, Donna, and her husband, Jerry Don Glover, all of Lasbuddy. 8 grandchildren, Susan Miller and her husband, Johnny, of New Braunfels, Sharon Williams and her husband, Chad, of Shreveport, Louisiana, Brian Glover and his wife, Shanna, of Lasbuddy, Jerry Redwine of Houston, Bryce Redwine and his wife, Brittany, of Lubbock, Shannon Redwine of College Station, and Tobin Redwine and his wife, Shanna, of Montgomery, Texas. There are also 11 great-grandchildren, 5 great-great-grandchildren, and 3 sisters, Bonnie Ashmore of Lubbock, Edna Sneed of Austin, and Billy Ray McCurry of Littlefield. One brother surviving is Homer Redwine of Lubbock. A.E. Redwine was preceded in death by his wife of 75 years, Mildred, who died just last January the 16th. Also his parents, Mr. and Mrs. J. Redwine of Muleshoe, and his siblings, Leonard, J.C., Doug, D.L., Burl, and Gerald Redwine, Dorothea Brooks, and Wanell Boatman. A.E. and Mildred Redwine started farming in Fort Sumner, New Mexico. Then they moved to Muleshoe in 1942. In 1950, they moved to Palmer County, purchased land, and lived there until they moved to the Running Water Draw Care Center in Olton in 2012. They enjoyed camping and fishing with their friends. They spent their lives farming and raising registered polled Hereford cattle. A.E. Redwine was passionate about raising cattle. He entered cattle in fairs and cattle shows. They were faithful members of the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, where he was a Baptist deacon and served on the Lasbuddy School Board. A.E. Redwine was a tower of inspiration to his family and friends. He was a devout Christian gentleman and loved the Lord. His faith was steadfast, and it persevered in both joyous and troubled times as well. After a lifetime of agriculture, he taught his family to plant their efforts in the solid foundation of faith and family. He loved to listen to KMUL when my late father had that station, and then he changed his dial to Buddy Peeler's station in Hereford and listened until Buddy died. Memorials can be made to the Running Water Draw Care Center in Olton or the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, 202 West Avenue E, the zip 79347. And online sympathy messages may be sent to ellisfuneralhomes.com. Repeating, A.E. Redwine was 96 years of age when he died early Wednesday morning in the Running Water Draw Care Center in Olton, and the funeral services will be held at 11 Tuesday morning in the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, with his pastor, Dr. Stacy Connor, officiating. Following that, the interment will be in the Muleshoe Memorial Park Cemetery under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. 12:30, the lunch will be served for 50 family members in the First Baptist Church Fellowship Hall. Please remember all of the Redwine family in your prayers. Letty Tovar was hired Thursday night by the Muleshoe School Board as the new Dillman Elementary School principal, beginning July the 1st, when Dana Heathington, the now principal, becomes the Muleshoe ISD Director of Operations and Curriculum. Letty Tovar is the current student coordinator at Dillman Elementary School, where children through the second grade go to school. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just one moment.
And this edition of the Muletrain News is being brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. The First Bank of Muleshoe is proud to announce First Bank online at www.fbmuleshoe.com. Transfer funds easily between accounts, make loan payments, view current and previous statement activity, pay bills online with Bill Pay, banking anytime with 24/7 access. Call or come by the First Bank today, 202 South 1st Street, 806-272-4515. The First Bank online, www.fbmuleshoe.com. They're member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Chips are delicious. Have you been wasting time looking for a good meal? Well, go to Leal's Mexican Restaurant in Muleshoe at 1010 West American Boulevard and try the Irma's Special. If you are under 12, try the grilled cheese. You know Leal's in Muleshoe is the original Leal's Mexican restaurant. I highly recommend it. 5 generations of our family have eaten at Leal's. What did you say, Isla? Chips are delicious.
And Leal's Mexican Restaurant is celebrating 58 years in business this coming Monday. The following is a message from the concerned citizens of Bailey County. 36% of adults under correctional supervision were drinking at the time of their offense, according to the National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence. On May 9th, please vote against alcohol sales in Muleshoe. Preceding has been paid for by the concerned citizens of Bailey County.
We want to say congratulations to Dale Oil Company along with the Leal's Mexican Food Restaurant. Dale Oil Company opened on May the 1st, 42 years ago. And on May the 4th, 58 years ago, Leal's Mexican Food Restaurant opened its doors here in Muleshoe. The Junior-Senior Banquet and Prom will be held in the Muleshoe High School Commons area on Saturday night on May the 16th. A lot of things to look forward to during this wonderful month of May. A benefit fund on behalf of the family of Stanley and Kay Dale has been established at the Muleshoe State Bank. You can leave your donations to help pay for the expenses of their travel, their medical, and their funeral expenses at the Muleshoe State Bank, or mail it to Post Office Box 101, Muleshoe, zip code is 79347, and continue to remember all of the family of Kay and Stanley Dale of Muleshoe, who both died on April the 20th. In Houston. This weekend, the regional track meet is being held in Abilene, and there from Muleshoe High School who qualified, Christian Paez, Rudy Andrade, and the Blanca Ramirez, Conley Niblett, and Jasmine Ariano. The Lady Mules softball team will travel to Rawls for a warm-up game at 5 Friday night, and the Lady Mules will play the winner of the Post and Kermit next weekend for the area championship in softball. Because they were district champs, the Lady Mules drew a bye in by district. It's time now for the weather forecast for Muleshoe, Sudan, Amherst, Earth, and our entire vicinity. Brought to you by 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunication. The high was 83 and the low was 36. And on Friday morning, the first day of May, we started off with 40 degrees at 7 o'clock. Now a message from our sponsor.
Attention customers of Plateau Wireless, due to the impending sale of Plateau Wireless to AT&T, the Muleshoe Plateau office located at 5 Area Telephone will be closing effective May the 15th. All future transactions will need to be processed through the Clovis Plateau office located at 2701 North Prince Street. 5 Area apologizes for any inconvenience this may cause and hope that the transition will be as seamless as possible. 5 Area thanks you for your many years of support and are grateful that they had the opportunity to serve you. Payments will need to be remitted to the Clovis address, and all questions for service should be directed to 877 Plateau. That's 877-752-8328. And the Plateau office at 5 Area Telephone will close effective May the 15th. Looking at our weather forecast for the Muleshoe area, this Friday, a beautiful day, sunny, high near 84 degrees. South winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, then partly cloudy tonight with a low around 49 degrees. Mostly sunny on Saturday, kicking off our weekend, high around 86 degrees. South winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, partly cloudy Saturday night with a low around 51. A 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon. Mostly sunny otherwise with a high near 87 degrees. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday night, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with a low around 53. Monday, an even higher chance of rain. 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly after 1 p.m. Partly sunny, high near 80 degrees. South-southeast wind between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Then showers and thunderstorms likely Monday night. Mostly cloudy with a low around 53. Showers and thunderstorms likely on Tuesday. Mostly cloudy, high near 72. Tuesday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms again. Mostly cloudy with a low around 50. 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast.
An open meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous will be held Monday night at 7 o'clock in the First United Methodist Church at 507 West 2nd. Please use the extreme south door to enter, and the meeting room is the second door on the left. A special guest, a Texas Tech co-ed student, will be the speaker who shares her hope, strength, and experience with other alcoholics and drug addicts and also family members. We want to say a big happy birthday on May the 1st to Clint Black, B.J. Brown, Laura Johnson, Jim Haynes, Bobby Harrison, Beth Skipworth, and congratulations to Miss Jimmy Copley and Mr. and Mrs. Mike Henry. On Saturday, Willie Coleman, Gina Jarman, Linnell Skaggs, Brandon Ray Vinson, Landon Black, Betsy Seals, Martine Gregory all have birthdays. And on Sunday, in advance, happy birthday to Alice Lyles, Elizabeth Isaac, Suzanne Messenger King, Lindsay Phil Kitchens, Ronnie Longston, Johnny Horn, and congratulations on Sunday to Miss Raymond Davenport, who will celebrate their wedding anniversary. We'll be back with more Muletrain in just a jiffy. Just in time for Mother's Day, BK Boutique at 200 East 21st Street in Clovis is having a Mother's Day sale next week on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, May 7th through the 9th. And everything store-wide in their clothing, 25% off. That means in the very latest of fashions, Sharon Young, Alicia D, Zoe, a la carte, Naya, True Luxe, and many more brands. Also, they gift wrap at BK Boutique, 200 East 21st Street in Clovis, where Mother would buy her Mother's Day gift. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 6, and Saturday, 11 to 4. That is Texas time, closed on Mondays and Sundays. Mother's Day is May the 10th, so this is a wonderful opportunity to shop where Mother would shop for her Mother's Day gift at BK Boutique, 200 East 21st Street in Clovis, where they're having a Mother's Day sale Thursday, Friday, Saturday, May 7th, 8th, and 9th, and 25% off store-wide on clothing.
Looking for a great flea and tick control? Fry and Cox here in Muleshoe has it. 401 South 1st Street. They have sulfur along with Bug Be Gone, a great mixture, and they can explain it to you at Fry and Cox today. It won't hurt your animals. Lots of brand new fishing supplies in, along with little kids' fishing poles and more. Dickey's work tees and jeans, swimming pool supplies, radio flyer wagons, big wheels tricycles, lots of plants and flowers, including the new chocolate mint in now at Fry and Cox right here in Muleshoe. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/Fry and Cox. The following is a message paid for by Citizens for Economic Gain. The Muleshoe Economic Development Corporation recently hired the retail coach to conduct a Muleshoe trade area analysis, which revealed that $4,934,520 is spent annually by area residents on packaged alcohol. If these purchases are made in Muleshoe instead of Clovis, Littlefield, Dimmitt, Morton, or Lubbock, it would result in the city of Muleshoe and Bailey County receiving an additional $98,690.40 in sales tax per year in alcohol sales alone. Keep the Muleshoe area tax dollars in Muleshoe. Vote yes on alcohol sales for Muleshoe on May the 9th. Paid for by Citizens for Economic Gain.
Hannah Simmons was moved from Covenant to Houston. She's on the 7th floor in the pediatric intermediate care there in Houston at this time at Texas Children's Hospital. And the neurologist does not think that the tumor caused the long hospital stay this time. Probably the seizure did that. Hannah Simmons can be sent a card by room 16, Ronald McDonald House, where her family is staying there in Houston. The address is 1907 Holcomb, Holcombe Boulevard in Houston. The zip is 77030. And there is a fund for the medical expenses of Hannah Simmons and her family still open at the First Bank here in Muleshoe, and you can leave your contribution there. It is the Hannah Simmons Fund, or mail it to First Bank, attention Phil Kent, 202 South 1st Street, Muleshoe, and our zip code is 79347. Please remember little Hannah and her family all in your prayers. They are now in Houston. Please remember the family of Devalia Salceda, 65 of Muleshoe, whose funeral was held on Wednesday. Jacob Shelton, the grandson of Miss J. Messenger of Muleshoe, who's in the hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. Terry Byers, who is home. Will Worley, who fell last Sunday and broke his hip. Of course, Mr. Worley is a teacher at Watson Junior High School here. He had surgery successfully on Tuesday and did well. It took about 2.5 hours. Please remember Will Worley on your prayer list. And Mary Nell Bleeker, a retired Muleshoe school teacher who fell at her home last week and injured her back. Mary Nell Bleeker is in the swing bed, room 142 at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. Remember Ruby Henderson also on your prayer list, and Buck Johnson, who is home from University Medical Center in Lubbock. Hattie Ray Lambert, who has pneumonia, and Neely Moore of Lubbock, formerly a longtime resident of Lasbuddy, who is home in Lubbock now. And Marcia Martis, a Muleshoe High School graduate who also is at home after her 2 surgeries on her lung, and she lives in Wichita, Kansas now. Jack Dunham, home here in Muleshoe. Dan Smith and his wife Rosemary are always in our prayers. Jana Brown Finke, who has cancer. She is the daughter of Diane and James Brown of Muleshoe. Francis Miramontes at home. Ronnie Locke formerly of Muleshoe of Arlington, the brother of Donna Locker of Muleshoe, has cancer, and Bobby Reynolds and his wife Zora in hospice care, and Bobby has cancer also. Walter Marie Boness over in the Running Water Draw Care Center, Delmar Clements, who has lymphoma, and also Vicki Perry, who has lymphoma. She is this former Vicky Stovall of Muleshoe, Archie Quintanilla at home, and Juan Jaime in Trust Point in Lubbock. We'll be back in just one moment. Stay tuned, please.
Hello, I'm Irene Mason, and I'm a candidate for mayor for the city of Muleshoe. I have served as a council member for 8 years and have been active in the Texas Municipal League as a board of director, helping cities maintain local control. You may know me for my full-time job as counselor working at DeShazo Elementary with your children. Romans 12:12 tells us to rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. On May 9th, you will have the freedom and privilege to make important decisions that will affect the entire community. Honor the sacrifices that have been made to secure this freedom by casting your vote. I would greatly appreciate your support to continue to serve this incredible community and celebrate its successes by voting for Irene Mason. Thank you very much.
Election Day is Saturday, May the 9th, 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. at Muleshoe City Hall. Early voting April 27th through May the 5th, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Extended early voting hours 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. on April 28th and May 5th, all at Muleshoe City Hall. The preceding has been paid for by the committee to elect Irene Mason. The third annual Crawfish Bowl will be at the Muleshoe Country Club this Saturday, May the 2nd from 6 p.m. to close after the first day of the Ryder Cup Golf Tournament. It's $25 per person, $40 per couple, $50 per family. All you can eat bulled crawfish flown in live from Louisiana, along with shrimp, corn, potatoes, cabbage, and mushrooms. Don't forget about their Tuesday scrambles as well. Every Tuesday evening, open to the public. Call for more information on the Crawfish Bowl or the scrambles, 806-272-4250. Find out how you can get a ticket for their Yeti cooler drawing. They're $10 each. They'll only sell 50. And that is all going on this week at the third annual Crawfish Bowl at the Muleshoe Country Club. Found out more information, 806-272-4250. Make sure to watch on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as Williams General Store's Facebook page, facebook.com/Williams General Store, for their second video that has more spring merchandise and spring fashions that are available now at Williams General Store, 1405 West American Boulevard, right here in Muleshoe.
In our bargain basement, want to buy a golf cart? Call 806-272-7663. That's want to buy a golf cart. If you have a golf cart for sale, call 806-272-7663. Found a set of keys on Avenue J in Muleshoe. The keychain has I Love Arizona on it and 4 keys and an automatic door lock and unlock. If these are your keys, call 806-272-3369. Lost 2 Chihuahuas. One is a male and the other female. They're 12 years old. They strayed 2 weeks ago from 814 West 2nd. The male is white with brown spots and answer to the name of Chico. The female is brown with black spot, with brown and black, and answers to the name of Precious. Call Euphemia Torres at 806-729-8791 if you know anything about these 2 Chihuahuas. For sale, a full-size bed, call 806-272-4659. And for sale, a freezer, call the same number. Don't forget, early voting is going on in the school board election and also the city election here in Muleshoe at City Hall, located across the street on South 1st Street from the First Bank, and they're open weekdays 8 to 5. And it's just about time for us to go now on the Muletrain News.
Mule
The Muletrain News today on this Friday, May the 1st, 2015, brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can find it here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 rotating. Also find the last couple of months worth of Muletrain News programs, MuleshoeTV.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Coach McQueen loves to fish. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, celebrating 75 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area. And they hope that you enjoy the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Bob McQueen of Temple lives across the street from Lake Belton, and sometimes he goes fishing at night.
I catch a lot of smallmouth bass out of Lake Belton at night on lures that I make, spinner baits and a bait called a chatterbait.
He is serious about making fishing lures, which he has been doing since he was in high school. He has all the necessary equipment to make all kinds of lures.
I've got a vise over there that I put my baits in while I tie them. I've got my thread and my skirts, and I create different colors and what have you as far as blending them. And I have molds, and I pour lead with the hooks and make jigs or spinner baits or buzz baits. I have an airbrush set up as far as painting is concerned. I paint with an airbrush, and I have all sorts of blades, all sorts of colors and sizes and what have you. It's something I just enjoy doing. I have many friends that I supply lures. They'll call me up, I need a couple of swim jigs, can you help me out? Or I need a spinner bait, of a certain color.
He developed a love of fishing early in life.
I think I started fishing with my daddy up and down the Brazos and the Colorado and the Leon and the Lampasas when I was big enough to walk around.
Bob coached football at Temple High School for a number of years. He was serious about that, too.
When I was coaching, my boat never came out of the garage during football season.
He goes fishing with his oldest son a lot. One year they kept a count of fish they caught over a 7-month period. It was over 800.
I'm meeting my son Mark tomorrow at Fayette County. I'm getting up at 2:45 in the morning, and I'm going to drive down there so we can be the first on the good spot.
He has caught some unusual items.
Well, I have caught a little alligator over at Caddo Lake a long time ago. And it's like getting a tiger by the tail. Getting it is one thing, getting it off is another. Probably a few snakes along the way, and really the biggest bass I've ever caught, I've caught 2 over 10 pounds. One of them in this lake, which is almost unheard of, and one over at Stillhouse, which is a lake over here pretty close.
Bob McQueen of Temple. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Don't forget about the multi-family garage sale going on Friday, May the 1st, Saturday, May the 2nd, this weekend, 8 a.m. till 3 p.m. at the community room of the Harmon Elliott Senior Center, 901 West Avenue K, right here in Muleshoe. Everyone is welcome. This multifamily garage sale going on Friday, May 1st, Saturday, May 2nd, 8 a.m. till 3 p.m. at the community room of the Harmon Elliott Senior Center, 901 West Avenue K here in Muleshoe. Time now for the market report, brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, financial advisor with Edward Jones, right here in Muleshoe, 104 West 2nd Street, member SIPC. Call 806-272-4102. Stephen can assist you with any of your financial needs, no matter where you live. The market report was recorded this Friday, May the 1st, 2015 at 11 a.m. U.S. stocks are trading higher following yesterday's sell-off as investors review several economic reports released today. A report released this morning showed that expansion in the U.S. manufacturing sector weakened in April as growth in output and new orders fell, while a separate report showed that construction spending declined in March by 0.6%. In earnings news, shares of Gilead Sciences are higher after the company reported earnings and sales well above analyst estimates, citing strong sales in the hepatitis C segment. U.S. bonds are lower to start the day. So far this morning in the S&P 500, the best performing sector is healthcare. The worst performing sector is telecom. Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 136.99 at 17,977.51. The Standard & Poor's 500 Index is up 10.94 at 2,096.45. The NASDAQ Composite Index is up 38.39 at 4,979.81. This morning, volume on the New York Stock Exchange is moderate with 194.41 million shares traded. Advancers are outnumbering decliners by roughly 3-2 margin. In commodity markets, the spot price of gold is down $11.07 to $1,173.30. The spot price of silver is down 10 cents to $16.05, and crude oil prices are down 65 cents to $58.98. In bond markets, the 30-year Treasury yield is currently 2.81%, and the 10-year Treasury yield is 2.10%. Some stocks of area interest: Visa Incorporated is down 0.66 to 65.39. Wells Fargo and Company is down 0.10 to 55.10. Lowe's Companies Incorporated is up 1.06 to 69.84, and Verizon Communications is down 0.28 to 50.15. The market report has been brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, financial advisor with Edward Jones, located right here in Muleshoe, 104 West 2nd Street, 806-272-4102. More information at edwardjones.com.